This has been an extremely challenging year, especially when it comes to schools. Teachers, students, and their parents have had to deal with so many changes and a lot of learning loss. Many school districts have found ways to adapt, safely reopening to in-class instruction, yet other districts like San Diego Unified have been slow to reopen, setting a reopening date of April 12th, 13 months after shutting down. A new lawsuit says in-person learning should have been an option all along, and Attorney Marc Levine joins us now to discuss this more. Hi, Marc.
Hi, thank you.
Thanks for being here. Tell us a little bit about this class action lawsuit you filed on behalf of these three parents. What's their backstory here, and why did you guys feel this action was necessary?
Yeah, I think the backstory is similar to every situation going on with parents throughout the county and the city of San Diego and the district. And the problem is that the school district has essentially been closed for the past 13 months. And it goes against state and local regulations and guidelines, and they've been slow to reopen.
Your clients specifically, do they have elementary kids? Are they middle? I mean,
It runs the gamut.
Okay. And what do they want to see happen?
Well, certainly they'd like to see schools reopen, but what's happened is these families have lost a year worth of school. Many of these families have had to pay for tutoring, pay for things like YMCA or Boys and Girls Clubs, where their kids actually sit in a classroom. And they've been doing this since the summer, and they do it today. Other families can't afford to pay for a tutor or services or things like the YMCA or Boys and Girls Clubs. And so what we're trying to do is find a way to fund these families so that they can get their children back to where they should be.
Yeah, we've heard
the loss of 1 year.
We've heard a lot of frustrated parents that someone down the street that can afford private school, they're putting their kids in private school, and then they're in school all day. And so there's a difference when it comes to that and what people can afford and get their education. So we've had the board president on our show in this very time slot here, as well as the teachers union. I've asked them about whether their demands to have all teachers vaccinated before opening was a fair request, given that the CDC has said that wasn't necessary. They told me it was just the best way to keep teachers safe. What are your thoughts on their response and your client's reaction to that?
We think it's disingenuous. It's my understanding that there is no actual requirement that every teacher be vaccinated, just that it be available. So we're going to be welcoming back teachers and staff members who haven't been vaccinated, and they're going to be sitting in classrooms with our children. And so what's the difference? And I understand that there are, teachers and staff who, for them, it's unsafe for them to go back to school. Or back to school without a vaccine. And that's a different situation. But I do believe it's disingenuous to say that all the teachers and staff are going to be vaccinated by the time kids return to school.
In addition to the school district, parents are suing San Diego Unified Superintendent Cindy Martin, the California Department of Education, and State Superintendent Tony Thurman. What's the issue with those individuals or groups?
Well, what ends up happening is we have a situation where it's not really clear who's at fault for what's going on. And there are a lot of hands involved in what's been happening. And so we include everyone to make sure that we've covered all of our bases.
Are your clients at all concerned that the district will push the dates further back or shut down schools yet again if cases rise? We've been hearing this April 12th date. How do they feel about the date that's been set and whether the district will stick to it?
Yeah, absolutely. Our clients are very concerned about this date. It's tentative, and the school district's been clear that anything could change the date of reopen. There's been no clarity on the issue, and for the past 13 months, the district has not been really motivated, it seems, to reopen because nothing's happened. And we could see a change at any moment.
Have your clients opened up about the amount of learning loss impacting their kids and how their kids specifically have been handling being out of the classroom this long?
Yeah, absolutely. Essentially, most of these kids have lost a full year worth of school. Not only that, they have emotional issues, suicides, drug use are off the charts for this past year. And we're concerned that as long as the school continues to be closed, these issues are going to continue.
Yeah, all right. Well, we should mention, Mark, thanks so much for joining us. We should mention San Diego Unified spokesperson saying the district does not comment on pending litigation. We appreciate your time here this morning, Mark.
Thank you for having me.